Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Knife Chats with Tobias. So I recently was on a sunfish craze, and I was talking about how I would love a modern style sunfish knife, and I found two knives that I thought might kind of fit the bill. This one here is by Boker Magnum. You can see the shape there, nice fat equal end knife. Not a big knife at all either. It's about 3 inches long or so, just under 3 inches really. Yeah, right at 3 inches. And then this Kubi, I can't remember the number of it, but kind of a cool little shape. And I've been hearing wonderful things about Kubi. I think this is either Coco Bolo or African rosewood. Looks like African rosewood. Nice big stainless steel bolster up front there. D2 tool steel in the main blade there. Made in China. This is, like I said, by Kubi. I can't remember the pattern number on here, and quite frankly, I'm not going to go look it up. I'm sorry. If I can remember what it is, I'll put it in the description below. This knife, the Boker Magnum, this was known as the Black Lightning, so I thought this was going to be a real fast flipper knife. Well, it's got a flipper, but if you press down on the flipper, that's what you get. And this is after me trying to adjust it and all sorts of stuff. There is no spring in this at all. It's got a very strong detent and no spring. So this is how much the Black Lightning flips. You can rock it around if you're right-handed with the thumb stud here. You can pull it all the way around with your hand, but I wouldn't say that would be really quick. And you can close it with the right hand. It's got a liner lock over there, and this is what you do if you're left-handed, I guess. And you can close it. I mean, I have managed to close it, but lightning fast, not in any stretch of the imagination. And as you can see here, it's 448 stainless, 448. See there. So I think this is G10. Black G10, and then stainless steel on either side. Well, as you can hear in my voice, I was somewhat disappointed by the knife. It really just does not perform lightning fast. So the only thing black about it really is the blade and the G10 portion here. So to call this a Black Lightning is just about false advertising. You got the nice wedge there on the spear point, I guess, but the you can't press down on this wedge because of how thin it is. So you're limited with pressing down here, and then the thumb stud here is in the way. So I wasn't really crazy about it. Just does not feel good in my hand. And often when I'm trying to push it open, see what happens with my hand there, and the blade barely nicks my palm. So I'm not crazy about that either. The Kubi got the little spidey hole up there, but it's too small to really get a good grip on. And once again, it's got a very strong detent. And the right here, the front portion of the finger choil, my thumb catches on it when I'm bringing it around, so it doesn't open really as smoothly as I'd like. I can close it one-handed, but not comfortably. Can work it with the other hand too, but again, the front portion of the choil there of the guard catches your thumb when you're pulling it around, and it's the shape of the handle kind of makes it want to slide up into your hand when you're trying to close it. So I really can't close it very well. And the choil here, I'm sorry, the swedge here, man, that thing is almost sharp. Like, it's very thin, and it does not feel comfortable pressing down like so. So you're, again, pressing down back here with the knife. You don't get a full grip on it. It doesn't really fall in your hand the way I want it to fall in. Well, it doesn't fall into my hand the way I want it to fall in there. It had a string on the back here that actually was getting in the way. I thought, the fob would work better to get the knife to open and close, but the fob was actually getting in the way of me trying to hold the knife so I could actually open it. And once again, you see there, at least it clears, but it's close. So I don't know. Anyone with a larger hand than mine might have a problem with this knife for sure. But in any case, after getting them and trying to figure out how I'm going to review them and everything, and what I was going to do with them later, I realized pretty quickly that these were just not knives that were made for me. Now, both of them, I cannot fault the build quality of either of them, other than what I said. I mean, they don't fit my hand well at all. But when you're talking about the construction of it, these things are really made solid. They've got a very good, strong detent on it. I do think that the swedge is a design flaw on the knife, on both of these knives. But if you like the way it looks and you're okay with that forward swedge, you do have a place to press down here. But then the thumb stud is kind of in the way. This also catches my finger. It might not catch your finger. No, it catches my finger on the right side too. So, but it is a solid, well-made knife. I will give them that. And the same thing with the Kubi. It's a solid, well-made knife. You've got a really decent finger choil there, but the shape of the back of the handle just kind of makes it want to roll forward. And about the only place you can push down is there, which also forces the knife to roll forward in your hand. Now, maybe that'll work for some people, but I would have much rather been able to get my thumb further out so I could really do some serious cutting this way. And also get my finger there. My finger does not feel secure at all on the swedge there. And the knife does not feel comfortable when I'm doing this either. It feels like it's going to roll out of my hand. So, but build quality wise, it's very good. Very nice detent. But the finger hole is not positioned well. And right here, the guard kind of catches my finger and everything. So, but build wise, they're both solid, well-made knives. D2 tool steel 440A stainless. So why am I talking about these knives? Well, that's pretty simple. I'm going to put these knives in these envelopes, one in each envelope, and I'm going to mail them to somebody. And so they're basically being given away. I think this is the only way I'm going to be able to get over, well, the best word to use it is my disappointment in two really decent knives. Just knives not for me. What I'm doing is I'm sending these knives off to two different YouTubers who have channels that I subscribe to. They subscribe to my channel. And what I'm hoping for is for them to take a second look at these knives and do a review on them. And then if they can do whatever they want with them once they get them. They can add them to their collection. They can pass them on to somebody else. They can give them away. I don't care what they do with them. What I do know right now is neither of these knives, that you can't see now because they're in these envelopes, and I don't know which one's in which envelope, which is really what I want. Neither of these two knives have a happy home here. They're not making me happy, so I should send them off to somebody who will be happy with them, or at least have a second opinion on these knives. They can tell me what they think of them. They can tell you what they think of them. And if they want to give them away, then that's fine. They can give them away, or like I said, they can keep them for their collection. And I'm probably going to be doing this with other knives in the near future too, because I've recently picked up quite a few knives that just did not impress me the way I was hoping to be impressed, and just did not really do anything for me, even though they were pretty decent knives. And that's the case that a lot of people have to understand, that not every knife made is for every person. So hopefully when these knives go to another person and they do the review on them, they'll have a different feeling about them, and maybe they'll have some better things to say about them than what I had to say. That's at least my hope. But in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let these knives sit down here for a day or so. Well, let them sit down here for a day or so after I seal the envelopes. And then I will go through my address list of fellow YouTubers and put addresses on these knives and get them in the mail, and hopefully in the next day or two. And then they'll have a knife within a week or so that they can go ahead and review. And that's the plan. We'll see how well it works. You might actually see their review before this video actually gets put up and aired on my channel even. But that's what I'm going to start doing with knives that I purchase that just really don't cut it, at least for me. And that's really what happened with these knives. They just weren't nearly as impressive as I thought they were going to be. And so because I was a little bit disappointed in them, and I know I'm not going to do anything with them, it's like, why do I need 2 more knives when I can give these off to somebody else who might be able to enjoy them more than I do? So that's where they're going. Stick around for a few slides so you can see some parting pictures of these knives, which I took before I put them in the envelope. And bye-bye, knives. Hopefully you will find a happy home. Let me take just a second to thank you once again for dropping by and spending a few minutes here at Knife Chats with Tobias. I really do appreciate it, and I do appreciate any comments that you leave. So please remember to give me that thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll know when the next episode is up and running. Thanks again for dropping by. Really do appreciate your time here.